New footage out confirming what Prestianni said to Vinícius Jr. has been revealed, but it comes with a bit of a twist. And as embarrassing, disgusting, nasty, and vile as calling Vinícius Jr. a monkey is, the defense, for me, the shameless, absolute soulless defense of Prestianni is equally as bad. FIFA and other governing bodies are looking to bring a new law into the game, which will start to punish and look at sanctioning players that cover their mouths whilst insulting an opponent on the pitch. We're going to delve into this in a little bit more detail. Please like and share. It's really important that we get this out to as many people as possible. As much as there's great title races going on, as much as there's a lot of brilliance happening currently in football, this type of thing cannot and should not, in my opinion, be forgotten about, shouldn't be brushed under the carpet, and we must raise awareness. Let's just delve into the new footage that has just come out. We're going to move into it now. I'm going to put the sound on in just a moment. But this footage has come out. Fingers crossed that the Champions League don't try and copyright us. But you see you see the footage just here. I'm going to play it for you with some sound in just a moment. So let's play it here.
Não é do ato em si que isto é lamentável. Se é verdade, é lamentável. Nem estamos aqui a escamotear. Agora.
So what it is reported here that Prestianni is saying is hermano, which I'm led to believe hermano means brother. And you know what? Most of us, I speak like that. I call a lot of people bro, bra, brother all the time. Sometimes someone who really is a good friend of mine, my actual brothers, I call bruv too. And then sometimes people you don't know, maybe you're in an argument with and you're trying to calm things down and say, brother, come on, brother. It's very normal. I don't know whether people in the Spanish language do it. They clearly do. I didn't know they did it. That's the claim that's being made. Now, listen, let me be very clear. I'm not defending Prestianni here. I think Prestianni here, he's shameless PR team, Benfica, Jose Mourinho, and everybody defending him. For me, I've opened up an even bigger can of worms, and for me, have proven his guilt even further. So that's the claim that's been made, and we'll show it again. You won't be able to hear what he says, but you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Hermano is supposedly what he says. But why this raises further doubt and more questions, but even more importantly for me, raises more confirmation of guilt, is if Prestianni was openly saying hermano, as we can see, it looks like he's saying it. If he was openly stating it before, then why did he cover his mouth to say it later on? Does anybody have an answer? Do any of the amoebas, do any of his defenders, his fanboys, his cheerleaders have an answer that's logical? If he's openly saying hermano, brother, without covering his mouth, no, that's what he said 5 times. He didn't call him mono. He didn't call him a monkey. Why then did he cover his mouth up? There is no reason to suddenly hide your mouth if you're just calling him brother. Now, again, I said it before and I'll say it again. Maybe in a court of law, proving something beyond reasonable doubt, you can't quite do it. But this isn't a court of law. This is court of public opinion. And I think more importantly, the court of IQ. If that's the thing. Don't test the general person's IQ. If you've got an average IQ, you're not buying this nonsense. The only people buying it are the bigots. The only people buying it are the individuals that despise Vinícius Jr. to such a level that they don't care what he went through. In fact, they celebrate what he went through. They're glad that it happened. So I'm seeing, listen, there are big fan channels of rival clubs of Real Madrid sharing this shameless PR that it wasn't racist, that Vinícius misheard, that the likes of Camavinga and Mbappe are a disgrace for backing what Vinícius Jr. misheard. We saw the nonsense a couple of days ago from the player himself when he spoke of, they misunderstood me, PSG, my apologies, PSG. Benfica stating that the players are too far away to hear. He then released a statement, Prestianni, saying, like, I've been getting threats here. That's really bad, but I didn't say it. They misheard me. Why'd you cover your mouth, son? And why, when you said that they misheard me, did you not at that moment confirm you said Hermano? Why? Another massive sign of guilt, because in his panic of being caught, he's just said, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But he didn't have he wasn't in the right frame of mind to create even a good excuse. The whole thing is pathetic. And the fact people are releasing this as evidence and proof that he didn't say it is an absolute abomination. Now, in other news related to this, the story has come out that the UEFA members have confirmed that the organization will discuss the proposal of creating the Prestianni law. Under the idea, players could face sanctions if they deliberately cover their mouths while insulting opponents on the pitch. And I agree with this. They've got to work out how they phase it in properly, but this is absolutely needed on every level. On every level, they have got to do this. On every level. Because I understand why players are having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke with each other. They'll cover their mouths. Because actually there are a lot of scumbags in the mainstream media that will take something what they've said, and they might say some things that are inappropriate. But only inappropriate if you hear it. And what I mean by that is you and I, every single one of us, all us normal people, we've been with our friends at work. We've been with our colleagues at work. And we've said things that are a little bit, maybe it's a joke or maybe it's a dig or maybe it's an insult that is insensitive when somebody hears it out of context or for other people to hear. But in your little world, in your group, it's totally fine and acceptable. So I get why they might want to cover their mouths. I get if they're talking tactics, they'd want to cover their mouths. But I think in that scenario, and this is where common sense has to come in, and we have to remove all these fools that do the whole, you can't prove it beyond reasonable doubt. You're just a mug. I think these rules need to come in where when you can see two players arguing with each other, if they start covering their mouths, they just get an instant one-game ban. And depending upon the accusations that made, the bans can get bigger. At the end of the day, if you're going to insult someone, don't be a coward, don't be a weasel, don't be a rat, don't be a bottom feeder, and just say it. At the end of the day, we see players swear at each other all the time and call each other names. No one ever cries. Nobody ever gets in trouble. So what's the rationale for covering your mouth? And I'll say it again. He's not calling him, in my opinion, brother. He's not calling him my friend. He isn't saying a mild insult. He isn't even making a horrible insult about his mother or his girlfriend or his family or his footballing ability or anything. He is saying something bigoted, heinous, vile, and most likely illegal. Most likely illegal. That is why he's covered his mouth. Everybody with an active, functioning and working brain knows this. And we as football fans have got to drop the nonsense. You might hate Real Madrid. You might hate Vinícius Jr. You might think Vinícius Jr. is a horrible person. Boo him then. Call him a few pejoratives. But you don't need to be racist. You don't need to be bigoted. That needs to be stomped out, irrespective of your feelings towards him. Prestianni and his cheerleaders and fanboys here have embarrassed themselves again with a disgraceful defense. The FAs of this world, the UEFAs and FIFA, of course, need to bring in this Prestianni law. And I hope they name it after him too. I hope they name it after him, after this shamelessness. Give us your thoughts, give us your opinions below. This is a crazy one for me. Take care, people. Bye-bye.